Sanjay Uchiha here, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and of course welcome to the review of Boruto Manga chapter 33, entitled Breaking the Limit. Honestly, gentle people, my initial impressions coming off this chapter, because I literally just finished reading it, and I must say it's definitely a solid chapter. Definitely a satisfying conclusion to the struggle between Naruto Uzumaki and Delta. Of Kara, of course. Now, as per usual, if you like the content, if you like my Boruto reviews and my Boruto discussions, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, share it out to your friends. And of course, just a little public service announcement. I did do an expectations video for this chapter about a day or two ago. I probably posted it like 2 days ago, so you can definitely check that out and come back just to see that some of my expectations were fulfilled in this chapter. Some, but that's besides the point. Let's get right into it, people. So chapter 33, Breaking the Limit, of course, deals with the conclusion of the fight between Naruto Uzumaki and Delta from Kara, and it all rounds up for an amazing and satisfying conclusion, all while highlighting Naruto's growth as a fighter, as a warrior, coming all the way from as a kid to an adult. I may be exaggerating a bit, but it's just that his logic and approach in terms of defeating Delta was pretty sound. I mean, it's sound logic, but you know, you wouldn't expect like a kid Naruto to do this. So it just really and truly shows the growth in his battle tactics and character. But anyway, let's begin from, well, let's start from the start, of course. So we start off the chapter where we left off with chapter 32, of course, with Kawaki losing an arm. And it's through Delta's frustration and her dialogue that we find out that, of course, Kawaki's body isn't for him, but rather it's a vessel, as we keep hearing. And Delta specifically points out that it's for Jigen's sake, so that's definitely interesting. Of course, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us would have already put 2 and 2 together from the previous flashbacks and all that, but we're yet to find out the specifics of it, so that's yet to be seen. But it's still through Delta's dialogue that Naruto and company find out that, you know, Kara is the one responsible for turning Kawaki into a scientific ninja weapon, as well as they ascertain the fact that Jigen must be their leader. So there's that to consider as well. But it's after this that we get back into the taijutsu exchange between Naruto and Delta. And just like the previous 2 chapters, it's pretty much back and forth, but as per usual, Naruto does seem to have the advantage, with Delta only being comparable or being able to keep up with Naruto because of our scientific ninja enhancements, essentially. So there's that. And I must say, some of the blows that Naruto delivered in this chapter were pretty satisfying. It's a good indication that he's pretty pissed off, and it is stated in this chapter that he's pissed off. And it was I mean, it's just interesting to note that it's cool to see that Naruto's so pissed off. We haven't seen him this pissed off in a while. He even states that he plans to actually hunt down Jigen and take him out himself as well. So that's interesting. A little motivation for Naruto. He's definitely taking a liking to Kawaki, and he's basically part of the family now. You know, that's the whole Naruto always has been. You know, so it's cool to see. But I'm not gonna lie, the interesting or the cool part was towards the end. But even before that, I'm not gonna lie, it's interesting to note that Delta doesn't even consider herself to be human anymore. So that's very interesting. But I think when we got that aspect of the chapter, I think that's the only problem of the chapter. It's minor, where Delta's basically pointing out that, you know, even though Naruto has such monstrous strength, he's still merely human and he's getting tired. And it could be like a wrong observation on Delta's part, but yeah, Naruto was huffing in the chapter. But it's a problem because Naruto has fought for like 24 hours straight, more or less, in the 4th Great Ninja Wars, so it's weird seeing him actually being tired here. So yeah, that's the only minor problem. So there's that. But anyway, it's at this point that Naruto actually walks up to Delta to actually finish the match, where Delta actually pulls out that whole destructive beam of light thing. But of course, Naruto having, you know, 6 paths power and the danger perception to the highest degree, of course, predicts it and counters with a Rasengan, Udama Rasengan actually. But Delta decides to absorb it, and it's cool at this point that Naruto decides that he's gonna keep using the higher grades of this Rasengan. So he goes with the Udama, Super Udama Rasengan after that, and then he just keeps making it bigger and bigger. So the whole logic here, he basically overloads Delta towards the end to the point where Delta's scientific ninja tool in her eye that's responsible for absorbing techniques basically stops functioning. And the whole logic is that Naruto is saying that, yeah, you absorb the jutsu, but it's not that the jutsu disappeared, it has to go somewhere. So of course it's being stored in Delta's body, and of course there must be some limit to how much she can absorb. So using that logic, Naruto essentially renders her scientific ninja tool basically out of the battle, basically useless in this battle. And it's at this point that Naruto just finishes it off with a Udama Rasengan, or was it a Super Udama Rasengan, one or the other. So at this point the battle is over. so I mean, all in all, that's where the chapter ends. Delta's left in a crater and Naruto exits his 6-part Tail Beast siege mode, and the manga ends with them basically stating that, you know, after this chapter the story will go to a new stage essentially. And that's basically your chapter. All in all, I thought it was a great chapter, honestly, with only that minor problem with Naruto quote unquote being tired. But that aside, I thought it was pretty solid. As I said in my expectations video, the battle between Naruto and Delta had to end in this chapter, because the longer, I think even the writer himself must have realized that the longer he drew out this fight, the more problems would be introduced in terms of respecting where Naruto's abilities should be, and the longer it's drawn out, the more of that representation of Naruto's powers where they should be would need to be sacrificed for the tension. So I'm glad he decided to end the fight in this chapter, and in a very satisfying way nonetheless. Now, of course, what's also a plus for this chapter is that the next stage of the stories has been properly set up for all our characters. Naruto has motivation to go after Kara and Jigen, because now, since he considers Kawaki a part of the family, more or less, the fact that he was so pissed off, yeah, he does have motivation to go after them and basically investigate and explore and just try and determine what kind of threat and what Kara may want at the end of the day. So I was expecting to probably see Sasuke, even though that was a stretch, but through this we might get Sasuke involved again in the next stage of the story, wherever we go from here. Now, there's that. Boruto himself, after seeing this, he may want to train and get stronger and, you know, learn about the secrets of the Karma Mark even more now, more so in terms of preparing and trying to help out his father for the battles to come, because I'm sure he's going to factor in that he was pretty much useless and pretty much got in the way in this little scuffle between Naruto and Delta at the end of the day. So there's that. Don't really have any expectations of Himawari going forward. I'm pretty sure she'll just be sent back home. We'll probably learn more about this, some more specifics about Kawaki being the vessel in the next chapter as well, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get some stuff on Jigen. But one of the major things to expect for next chapter is Kashin Koji. How is he going to factor into all of this, because he's still in the village, and considering that Delta has been destroyed, well, probably not destroyed, I'm pretty sure she's not dead, even though Naruto said he was going to kill her, or even if she is out of commission, I'm pretty sure she'll be revived somehow. I'm pretty sure Kashin Koji may show up to the scene of the fight here and probably rescue Delta and probably say something to foreshadow something in the future of the series. So there's that. But yeah, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Caution Koji to come in, highlight some stuff, and probably leave the village. Naruto has great motivation to go after Kara now, and by extension, he's probably going to involve Sasuke. And of course, Boruto himself has motivation to train and get stronger and learn more about the Karma Seal. And throughout everything that's happened this chapter, we'll more than likely get some more specifics about what it means for Kawaki to be the vessel. So all in all, it was a great solid chapter, a great way to end the fight, showing Naruto's, just a reminder of how Naruto's grown as a fighter, all in all, and everything's just been set up for the next stage of the story to come. So all in all, I love the chapter. I'll probably be doing some discussion videos about this chapter after this, but let me know what you guys thought about the chapter. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the Boruto manga in terms of, you know, probably how the panels have been laid out and thing, but I think little by little the writer and the person, well, it wouldn't be the writer, but the illustrator is slowly but surely improving, and I look forward to seeing where this story goes. So yeah, that's all I have for this one, people. Rate, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out my review of Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter 46. That's also on the channel. So yeah, guess I'll see you guys in the next one.